Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. It's time to talk about The Traitors, Season 3, Episode 10. We're getting towards the end here.
Oh, and I feel it. I feel it now. This is
Yeah.
definitely the end game. Hello, everyone. Let's get into it. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, which I hope you would, you can do that at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Thanks for being here on a Friday.
I know. I was just about to say, we are seeing you guys all the time now. It is a busy 2 weeks for us. We did the Survivor draft. We did Survivor. Traitors on a Friday. We're doing an amazing race draft on Sunday. We are just here.
We'd like to see if you guys can get sick of us.
We're pushing the limit for sure.
We're testing you.
Yes.
But yeah, I was like last night, I was like, oh crap, I have to make sure I watch Traitors tonight because
I know
we're talking about it immediately.
Yes. So
I really enjoyed this episode, but what a cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger. I wouldn't even call it a prediction. I know what's going. I am the seer and I know what's going to happen at the top of the next
I feel like
episode.
it was obvious, but I guess we'll talk about it when we get there. All right. Start us off. Where are we here?
Well, Britney's going to get her join or die moment.
Yes.
And of course she accepts.
Did you see how you could tell the different takes where Danielle had been produced to be like, do you accept this offer? If not, I will murder you. Like that was very produced and dramatic.
Yes.
And Britney was like, oh, I thought we were friends. Okay, we're doing a bit. And then she was like, and then Danielle's emotional, being like, no, really, I need you to join me. I couldn't do this on my own. And then cut back, she has no more tears, and she's like, so will you accept?
Yeah. Right. There was one where Danielle removed her hood and Britney was like, girl, it's you. Yeah. Let's go to the turret. And Danielle's like, I can't do it without you. And then they're like, okay, we need one more where it seems like there's going to be some tension about what is Britney going to do?
Yeah, we're making TV here. Okay.
Yeah. But of course, Britney accepts. As a Big Brother player, you would be thrilled to get the opportunity to be a traitor. So she's all in.
She's all in. And I think, she might have had some concerns being like, oh my God, why would Danielle recruit me? But then of course she's with Danielle. She's like, yeah, let's murder some people. Let's go.
100%. They go up to the turret and Danielle does an excellent Carolyn impersonation. Brittany's like, what was it like working with Carolyn? And Danielle's like, Britney, any suggestion I would make, Carolyn would be like, oh, well, I don't know. I was like, Danielle, oh my God, you did not have to eat her for lunch like that.
No. And I was like, wait, that's it? That was all that made the edit, was just roasting Carolyn, no one else?
I know. No Rob, Boston Rob.
No complaints about Boston
Rob. The drag queen.
Right. Okay. We just got, poor Carolyn.
But yeah. Britney is going to basically she's going to focus Danielle. She actually has a good perspective on the game. Danielle's like, did you notice that she's also now saying Iva? She's like, I don't know about Iva. And I'm like, why is everyone saying Iva?
Why?
But
they're like, we're not clear on what his name is, but what we're hearing is Iva. They're saying it not confidently. It sounds like they're just falling off. They're like, did we murder Iva?
It's always with a question mark on it.
Yeah.
Is he still here? But Brittany's like, forget him. Tom and Gabby are the two that you really need to be worried about. So we should murder one of them tonight.
Yeah, Brittany brings to the table the information that she sat in the room and heard Gabby be like, this is it. Yeah. It's Danielle. So that's news to Danielle. That is helpful to Danielle.
Yeah.
However, and I will say, I truly enjoyed watching the two of them work together. This
Me
really
too.
is the way that we would like to see traitors working together.
100%.
We have a special place for, old school Big Brother.
Yeah.
So this was a really lovely moment having this go on, but they made the wrong choice, right?
Yeah. they should have murdered Gabby. I mean, obviously I say that just as like a strategy, not as what I want as a viewer, because I don't want Gabby to go.
No, of course not.
But, like, they didn't even do the Tom murder like I think they could have, which would be to like frame Dolores.
Yeah.
But
yeah. This did not compute. I mean, they leave us hanging. So in my head, I was like, I mean, I get the Ivor. I'm going to say Ivor.
It's Ivor. It's Ivor.
I get like it makes no sense. It does not pinpoint to anyone. So you could get away with that. And he's clearly faithful. But if you're debating Tom or Gabby, like I just didn't think that was a debate. So cut to breakfast. I'm like, Gabby is murdered.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But she wasn't even the last one. She wasn't even the last one in the room, right? Wasn't it?
No, it was Ivor.
Ivor was the last one in the room, as if that's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, this was so bizarre. It was okay. So they're in breakfast. Brittany's like, "Oh, I'm a traitor at breakfast. Cute, cute, cute."
Yeah.
Dolores comes in and she's like, "Boy, that mission yesterday confirmed Tom's a traitor." And I was like on a plate. She's delivering it on a plate.
Literally. It's like you have your next banishment.
This day is going to be so easy. Here we go.
You murder Gabby. You banish Tom. You've made it to the finale.
But done. No, that's not the way they went.
They kept Gabby. They kept Ivor. Tom gets murdered, and he's like, well, yeah, everybody, it's been a pleasure, and I've been a pleasure, and everyone values me and respects me. And I thought of you immediately, Sarah.
Okay. Well, first I had a little whiplash because I was like, wait, they murdered Tom? I'm not even enjoying this murder. Like they finally murdered Tom.
Right.
And I'm just like, this was such a bad idea.
Right. You're like, why?
I couldn't relish it, Like,
yeah.
And then cut to him being so delusional.
Yeah.
This was such a pretty good edit because they are going to cut back to breakfast being like, nah, rip. So I was like, I do appreciate that the show has roasted him pretty much the whole season. But I was like, what? Oh, wow.
I know.
He didn't expect he was going to be so good at this game, y'all. And he knew it. He walked in there and he knew he was going to get murdered.
He knew it.
Because he knew it from day one.
I was going to say, he's been saying it every episode.
Every episode, he knew he was the biggest threat. And you know what? Just the fact that they respected his game and he had so much fun. What an experience.
I know.
I wonder if he still feels the same way.
He's going to be on Traitors All-Stars, Sarah. Come on.
He probably will.
If they do a season where they bring back the best players, you better believe Tom Sandoval is going to be on that cast.
The best. The best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That was fun.
Yeah.
I was like, at least he gave me that so I could enjoy it.
Right. Yeah. But then Alan walks in. The breakfast is real small at this point. We're down to 6 players. Alan walks in and he's like, tonight is the last round table where you're going to know the identity of who you banish. Plus, we're introducing a new power. So.
And he said, for once, Tom was actually faithful. And
that was so good.
Burn! Thank you, Alan and
so
producers.
Good. So good. So
okay, so off we're gonna go. We have too much time with too little players.
I know. Yeah, there's like a lot of nothing in the like castle segment before they head out on the mission. What I did enjoy is all of the awkward Danielle hanging around Gabby. Because you can tell Danielle's like, I need to keep my eye on you because Britney told me you're after me. So if I'm around you, you can't be talking about me. So they're just awkwardly sitting by the fire, sipping tea. And Gabby is like, ooh. And Gabby's like, it's warm here. Like, I don't.
I'm just here because it's warm.
Yeah.
I'm not going to succumb to the awkward silence.
Oh, no. She's like, I'm not going anywhere.
I loved it.
But
I loved Gabby being fully aware of what's going on.
yeah.
Danielle thinking that she's like making some great move, which I mean, she's doing the right thing. If Gabby is your target to banish, which what is it? But if that's your move, sure, absolutely. Again, there's not enough people in the castle, so you can you're just like, I'm following you. But Gabby was like, cool, I'm just gonna play along, and I liked it.
Yeah, me too. And Britney was the right person for Danielle to recruit because Britney's actually doing some work against Gabby, and which is going to hopefully benefit Danielle in her mind, where she's going to Dylan and she's like, you know, Gabby really only ever talked to the Bambis. Like, is that faithful behavior? And I'm like, I actually think it is.
Yeah.
I think traitors are probably the ones who are like trying to go around talk to everybody all the time. But
right. That's just you trying to find something, right?
She's trying to find something, yeah.
What was interesting is that Dylan showed up today saying, look, I just can't focus on Danielle. He's basically like, deep down, we all know Danielle's a traitor, but like, I have to move forward as if she's faithful. And you know what? I've never trusted Gabby. I was like, where did that come from? Had no idea that Dylan and Gabby didn't get along.
Well, I remember he voted for her one time. He like threw a wild card vote at some round table where it was like very clear who the traitor was. And he was like, I don't know, Gabby. So I think he's kind of been weird about her, and he's probably threatened by her prowess in the game because she does know what's going on, and he's still kind of questioning. And I think it's, I don't know, maybe he's just having a hard time wrapping his head around the fact that like 2 traitors absolutely duped him and had them in their pocket. That's tough. That's tough to swallow.
It is tough. And to consider a third one might be out there. Like that is a tough pill to swallow. So I get it. He's like, okay, Gabby train. And Brittany's like, I love the Gabby train. Let's continue with the Gabby train. And Danielle's like, absolutely the Gabby train. And then Gabby's like, Brittany, it's Danielle.
Yeah.
And Brittany's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
is it? Oh.
Yeah. It seems like from this first castle segment, it's going to be Gabby or Danielle at the round table. But we have to play our mission first, which is the memory game. And like we said, like we had sort of speculated based on what we'd heard about like the UK format and whatnot, Alan does confirm that whoever collects the most gold for the team, the most money, is going to get the power of the seer. And so that's what's at stake, I think, even more than collecting money for the pot. Danielle and Britney are going for the power of the seer to prevent anybody else from getting that.
And I kind of love that we have a little extra incentive to get money, because getting a shield usually works against getting the money, and people are like fighting. But like, let's get an incentive to actually get the money. So they want to play the game, although there is this element of gambling. So it is an interesting, I enjoyed the way that this kind of had to roll, because you had to be like, do I push my luck or not?
Yeah, I liked it too. The first challenge, it's like the series of 3 challenges. The clowns that was such a great idea. It's like those cup games where you like put the dog treat under the cup or whatever, and then you like swirl them around, and which one is it? And it was funny, like watching them all try to study the clowns. And like, I actually thought Dylan's strategy of like, let me track the skulls was like kind of better, because there are fewer to keep track of there, but he still manages to get $0 on his first attempt. And Gabby also gets $0 because she pushes her luck and fails. But we've got Ivor and Danielle who bank $500 each, and then Dolores and Britney both get $1,000 each. So that was the first challenge.
I enjoyed the clowns because they actually had a dance routine.
I know, it was choreographed.
At first I was like, are they just moving? And then I was like, oh no, they're choreographed. They like had great places, and then they went boom, and then they got in their spot, which is I think probably extra creepy. So I loved that. But yeah, okay, so we have money. So then we move on to creepy dolls.
And I thought it was gonna be, it sort of started with everybody had sort of the same pattern, right? Like they pull it once, they get 1,200. They pull it twice, they get 1,400. It seemed like it just was gonna be a matter of like, oh, well, that person went 5, so I'm going to go at least 5. And then it's just a matter of how far do I want to push my luck. But some of them just, I guess, got a bad draw and ended up with a doll that ended earlier than some of the other ones.
Yeah, I think they all ended. I think they all went to at least 1,400, and then some went to 16, then some went to 2,000. Yeah. So it was, you start to get a little cocky. You're like, oh, that person got up to 2,000. Like, okay, I'll keep going. And then
that's the thing. Yeah.
It doesn't work out.
Yeah. Danielle gets 2,000. And Dolores and Britney both get 1,400. Gabby, Ivor, and Dylan get 0. So I was kind of tracking the money totals as we go. So going into challenge 3, basically it's tied. Dolores, Britney, and Danielle. 2,500 and 2,400.
The 2 traitors.
Yep.
And one person that would be like maybe dangerous. You never know with Dolores, but 2 traitors, not dangerous.
Yep.
The last one are poop bags with coins in them.
Yep. They're ripping open poop bags and reaching in and grabbing gold coins and getting it on their face. And this one, of course, like they were very smart to make it a secret. You just have to deposit all of your gold coins in the chest and hoist it aloft before Alan calls time. But then the counting of that money is going to be done in secret so that they are not knowing who the seer is going into the round table.
Right. Okay. So, and I was not clear until this moment that we were not going to have the whole seer thing
until after
the round table, and we won't even know who the seer. I was like, okay, this just got interesting. Okay.
Me too. I thought they were going to end this episode on the seer segment and then like open the next one with the round table.
Yes.
But they held it. There's going to be one.
Because you're like, oh, if I'm the seer and I pulled David over and I was like, are you a traitor? And now I know he's a traitor. I go to the round table and I tell everyone I'm the seer and he's a traitor, like, okay. So this was definitely the way to go.
Yep.
More castle nonsense.
More castle. I mean, Dylan is really stuck in a tough place and he doesn't want to believe that Danielle is a traitor, but I think in his heart of heart, he does. So what he does basically is he just like his way of making good for his plan to definitely vote for Danielle tonight at the round table is to at least tell her, like, look, Gabby's coming for you. And to be honest, I'm kind of considering it. And she's acting very hurt and like doing the emotionally manipulative thing. And he's like, yeah, I figured you would do this, but like, I'm just letting you know that it's going to be a rough night for you. And then
I feel like it played not well because it's exactly what Carolyn did, right?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I've heard this before.
Yeah. He's like, oh, shoot, we're going down the same path. Yeah. This adds to the fact that you're probably a traitor, right? When someone has no evidence, they just are like, really, this hurts me that you would think this about me. You're like, oh, crap.
Also, it's
you're a traitor.
If I was in the game, I wouldn't do the like, I'm hurt. I'd be like, you have to listen to me. I'm a faithful and like, you're going to make a mistake. And like, here's why, because this other person is like, it feels like a last resort. Yeah. Kind of like, oh, you got nothing else. So you're going to cry and tell me that I'm hurting your feelings. Like, okay, that's not.
Yeah. And maybe there's something softy about Dylan. Maybe that's why they keep trying
He is a softy. He does seem
like he does have an emotional connection with people. And so they're like, that's the only way I can connect him, maybe. Yep. But yeah, it definitely felt like a last resort when we get to it again at the round table.
Oh my God, I know. My favorite part though, before we get to the round table, is Britney scrambling around the castle. She's like, this thing is empty. Where is everybody? I'm trying to find Ivor. She's just going up and down every hallway.
She really does like start to panic though, because I mean, I think she thought we're okay, we're good. And then Danielle's like, wait a minute. Dylan just told me he's going to consider Gabby's argument.
Yeah.
And potentially vote for me. Brittany's like, oh my God, what? And she's like, yeah, running from room to room, like total Big Brother flashbacks here.
Yes. And on top of that, Gabby or Britney hears that from Dylan. So then she's like, I got to go to Dolores. And she goes to Dolores and Dolores is like, yeah, maybe Gabby, but maybe Ivor. And Brittany's like, what? Ivor? What? And Dolores is like, I haven't really heard the case against Gabby. So I don't know.
I will save the bulk of what I want to say about Dolores till later. But what a horrible ally to keep.
No, she's a total wild card.
Literally keeping you because you have blind loyalty, yet at the same time, you are messing that up.
Yeah. Yep.
So wild. They're all like, oh, okay, Dolores, she's going to decide between Ivar and Gabby, right?
So
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah. So she's like, okay, I got to go get Ivar and like convince him not to vote for Danielle. So, and I'm kind of feeling like, Britney, don't stick your neck out too far or the guillotine is going to drop on it soon. So she's like, Ivar, like, I just can't, like, I can't vote for her. And I think, I hope that she can kind of mask that with like, y'all just know our history. And it wasn't about me trying to save her as a traitor. It was just what they set up at the beginning of the season about the drama between Danielle and Britney and their history and how she betrayed her before. And I think that is kind of how she's framing it. She's like, I just can't, like, and you know why. And he's like, no, I know. It's just a game though. Like, relax. But
this conversation had me rolling because I do think that's a great excuse for Britney to play it off of like, you guys know, like, I just can't, like, I think it's clear they have history and that they have been friends in this game. And so that's good that she has that on her side to mask that. But the fact that Ivar's like, this is just a game, Britney.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Things will get wild and explosive, but it's just a game. I was like, Ivar, you're talking to Britney. What, him schooling her on it's just a game?
Yeah. I also loved earlier in the episode when I think it was Ivar and Dylan talking about Danielle, and he's like, Danielle is always walking around talking about she can't sleep and her mind is racing. And he's like, I'll tell you what, I'm sleeping like a baby. And that's because I'm faithful.
He's like, I haven't thought about a darn thing. I was like, well, first off, Ivar, you're not thinking about anything, and no one thinks you're strategic whatsoever.
Right.
But also, yes, that is because she's a traitor. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So going into the round table, it quickly becomes clear that Dylan, Gabby, and Ivar are pretty united about Danielle being a traitor.
Now, wait, what? Before we get too deep here, what was it that made Dylan flip over? Was it Gabby talking to him? Because, you know, he was like, started the day with like, I just can't go there, thinking about Danielle, and I don't trust Gabby. After the mission, and Gabby is like, look, I saw her walking out of that room with Carolyn that one time. Now that is real suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, and Jeremy said her name and then was gone. She's like listing actual evidence. Was that it? Why was Dylan actually willing to switch back over to Danielle?
I would think it's because, I mean, yeah, I guess like it probably was just the overwhelming evidence and also the overwhelming discourse around Danielle. And like, he really seemed, well, he and Danielle seemed to be the only two who were really talking about Gabby in like a meaningful way. So I'm sure he just sort of felt like, okay, all I'm hearing is either it is Danielle from people like Ivar and Gabby, or it's not Danielle from people like Danielle and Britney, but there's no other name that's being thrown around that feels really compelling right now. So,
yeah, because once we get to the round table, it does feel like there didn't seem to be that much convincing. How much did you love Gabby at this round table?
Oh, I was dying because
brilliant.
I mean, it's like this between Gabby and Danielle, and like love that they were sat right next to each other. And it's a lot of like, let me finish. And then she does let her finish. And then she's like, now let me talk. And it's a lot of like tenseness. And then I love the moment when Danielle was like, well, Gabby, I actually think you're really smart. She's like, well, I'm not saying I'm dumb.
Yeah, she was like, I didn't say I was dumb. Like, I felt like Gabby had such a calm, rational response to every tactic Danielle tried to lay out. And, you know, Danielle's like, I'm about to blow Gabby up, you know, coming in with that big brother mentality. And Gabby was like, nothing phases me. And she was like throwing out things like, same. Same.
Danielle was like, I am a faithful. Same. It's
Same.
just not in me to be a traitor. Same.
Same.
She's just
She's like, I voted
neutralizing.
for Rob twice. Same.
Yeah.
Same. Like there was just, it was such a calm, neutralizing, like
Yeah.
Danielle couldn't get
No.
ground.
And there was
I
no,
loved it.
When Danielle and Carolyn were going after each other, like you could sense Carolyn panicking because her secret was about to be outed. Gabby has no secret to be outed. So she's just like, listen, if y'all vote me out, that's your bad because I'm a faithful. I got nothing to hide.
She's like, we've been here before. You got no evidence. We say, oh, this girl's got a big personality.
Yeah.
Gabby was like, I'm pretty sure this is why I'm still in the game, is because I'm here with no allies, so you could set me up. And I'm like,
yeah. She's like, I am here for this exact moment. And guess what? I'm meeting the moment. And Danielle's she's throwing whatever she can. She's like, I just feel like the traitor would be the girl next door, which has no logic behind it whatsoever. And Gabby's kind of like, yeah, no, we don't need to go there.
Yeah. She's like, so we're just picking personality traits. Yeah. And I just love that. I was just like, God, she is just, I was like, it's masterful as like Boston Rob at the table. Like it's a different version, but I was like, this is fantastic. I loved it so much.
Yes.
And obviously Danielle was not prepared for that. So we are going to see some change come votes.
Oh my gosh. Well, we see because Dolores, it's like, I love these moments at the round table where it's very clearly Gabby or Danielle. And then someone jumps in, and this time it's Dolores, and she's like, I'd like to change the subject. Mm-hmm. Ivor, I'm still looking at you. I just can't help but remember that Bob the Queen, not Bob the drag queen, Bob the Queen voted for you twice. And, we're talking about all this traitor on traitor stuff. Maybe that was traitor on traitor. Ivor? Yeah. And he's like, I can't believe that I'm part of this right now. But he's sure, like, vote out the token Brit, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, you think I'm a traitor? He's like, that doesn't track at all. You think that? That was so random. Like, what?
He barely knows what to say because he's just like, huh?
But Dolores is like, don't worry about my gamer friends here who are bringing, actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this absolute useless Brett who will just do whatever you tell him to do.
Truly.
It doesn't understand a game, but Dolores doesn't understand a game. I don't know what game she thinks she's playing.
I don't know either. I mean, I think everyone looks at Ivor as someone that they want to be in the finale with. And in this moment, they were all like, wait a minute, maybe we should be in the finale with Dolores because this woman doesn't know up from down.
Well, I think that Danielle and Britney wisely were like, Dolores is a horrible ally and is going to be fixated on Ivor. So we don't actually care. We thought we wanted Gabby out. But if it's Ivor, we got to go with the numbers. Like, do not accidentally put me with the numbers to go.
Unfortunately, they should have listened to Dolores pre-round table when she was saying, like, I don't really know about Gabby. I think it might be Ivor. Jump on that. And then focus your energies on Ivor at the round table. But now Danielle and Britney have been coming for Gabby the entire time, specifically Danielle, but Britney was jumping in too. And now Dolores throws in this wrench for Ivor, and they have the footage of Britney looking stressed as hell at Danielle and Danielle's eyes darting over to Ivor before they write their names on the slates. So it was a last minute flip.
Yes.
Because they're counting the numbers. But when Danielle reveals her Ivor vote, Dylan's like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's like nail in the coffin vibe.
It is. It's nail in the coffin, but she has to do it. Like, why are you doubling down on Gabby when you are obviously traitors and just need to be protected? So, yes, this is why keeping Dolores as your ally doesn't actually help. You think she's loyal because she is, but she doesn't understand math and she doesn't understand the game here. Like,
Yeah.
it's beyond me that she can be so loyal to Danielle, but at the same time, voting for Ivar could just take Danielle right out of the game. Like, you think you're being loyal, but your vote says you're okay with Danielle going.
Yeah, exactly.
Does she not see that? This was so confusing and frustrating, and I can't imagine how frustrated Danielle and Britney were. But obviously, we're going to see here that they're like, okay, whatever Dolores says, you know what? She made some great points. I am now voting for Ivar.
Danielle's like, I just had an aha moment.
Uh-huh.
And I think
Thank
it's
you,
Ivar.
Dolores.
And everybody's like, oh my Lord. And then I can't believe Britney did it too. I understand.
Did too.
But I understand not wanting to vote for Danielle, but you don't have to vote for Ivar. You could say, it is what it is, Danielle. You couldn't save yourself, sister, and neither could I. And I'm not going to vote for you, but I'm going to vote for Gabby. And I'm just going to have to let you leave because I think here she's not doing herself any favors by like doing a sort of like subsequent last minute switch over to Ivar that makes no sense.
I don't know. I think it tells Dolores, I trust what you're saying. We know that it's Danielle, right? So we're coming from, you look shady.
Yeah.
But if your alliance member brings up an absolutely ridiculous thing and you're like, you know what, that makes sense, I'm going to vote with you. To Dolores, it looks great. So now it looks like Dolores, Britney, and Danielle are a nice little trio there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it also looks shady to someone like Dylan and Gabby who are like on to her.
Yeah.
But you can, I think Britney was fine in this moment with the switcheroo. But when we get to Dylan's vote, and he is clearly sad and upset, and we realize we about to have a tie.
Yeah. I was thrilled that it was a tie because we just have not seen that. And I wanted to see how it was going to play out. It's very Survivor where, okay, Ivar and Danielle, you're not going to vote and everyone is going to revote. They didn't allude to like what would happen if they couldn't come to a consensus. Like there was no threat of like, we're drawing rocks eventually if you can't.
Well, they did say it'll be basically like drawing rocks. They said it would be up to fate or something like that.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought it was just like, we're going to revote and we're not going to leave until someone's banished.
Well, he said if you guys can't have a consensus or whatever, change the vote. If you can't do it, it will be up to fate. So it's like going to rocks of some sort.
Interesting. Okay.
But with no details, I don't know how they go to rocks.
Right. Well, of course, Dylan and Gabby are going to keep their votes for Danielle. Of course, Dolores is going to keep her vote for Ivar. And it is up to Britney. And Britney looked shocked when Dolores revealed her Ivar vote. So
now back it up here. I know that we have an edit of Dolores being like, and Britney being like, oh, and like completely break it. Like, first off, this is the most Britney has ever broken down at a round table. If I were paying attention, I'd be like, something has changed with this one.
Yes.
But where in your head, Britney, do you think that Dolores actually changed her vote to Danielle?
But I mean, I saw the footage as well. And I'm like,
but we saw it edited.
It does look like she's like, yeah, it's Danielle. But when she reveals Ivar, Britney's like, what?
Yeah, Britney's like, wait a minute.
And that suggests that Britney wrote Danielle's name down. And she's like, you, what? Huh? You hung me out to dry.
I think Dolores hung you out to dry, Britney.
I think that's ultimately going to help Britney. I know she's like feeling the emotions of, oh my God, I'm doing it again. And I'm stabbing Danielle in the back. But you have to. I think she should have done it before and not even gone to a tie. But
I think that Britney has the built-in excuse that no matter how guilty Danielle is, I am not going to vote for her. I've already let everyone know that. I just can't do it deep down inside. She has that. So even if I think that Dolores just communicated with me that she's going to vote Danielle, okay, so now I know in my head that Danielle's probably going. The vote looks like it's switched to her, but I don't have to participate in that.
So are you saying that you think that Britney voted for Ivor and she's shocked because she thought Dolores was flipping so she didn't have to, and now they're at a tie again?
No, I think Britney effed up.
And voted for Danielle because she thought it was just going to be a unanimous vote.
Yeah, I'm saying Britney shouldn't have switched her vote no matter what context clues she's getting. I think she should have just sat in. I'm sorry, she's my good friend. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Whether she walks out that door or not. That's what I'm saying she should have done.
Yeah.
But that cliffhanger face looks like she screwed the pooch on her bestie when she didn't mean to.
Interesting. Okay.
That she thought Dolores changed her vote, which just does not even compute. And so she changed her vote to Danielle and was going to be like, I had to go with the room.
Yeah.
But she's now the deciding vote to send someone she has history with. And this is absolutely, I'm like crushed for both of them.
I know. But you're right. It is going to come down to Britney voting Danielle out because they showed us a gun in episode 1 when they brought up the beef and the history that nobody really knows about because not that many people watch Big Brother Reindeer Games. But they specifically brought that up in episode 1. And so when you show a gun, you got to use it later on. And this is the moment where Britney's going to pull the trigger.
This is it. This is where it all comes together. They've had such a storyline between Britney and Danielle, all because it was going to explode in this super dramatic way. Kathy, thank you for the insight on how you say I got you in New Jersey.
Oh.
Britney and I are not from New Jersey. We misread that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, poor Britney. She's going to, I honestly think she might lose sleep over this.
Yes. Now, I haven't been watching all the footage. Does it seem like Britney and Danielle are not on a good page together, you guys? Like,
like post-show footage?
Yeah, post-show conversations and podcasts and all that stuff. Like, does it seem like, because I'm personally concerned for them. I don't like this for them. We actually got them together, working together. Even if Danielle goes out this episode, you're like, we still had Danielle and Britney together. Yay. Yeah. The fact that Britney's going to send her out when she didn't mean to.
Sucks.
Oh, that's devastating.
I have heard some rumors that people are speculating that Danielle cheated and told Britney that she was a traitor and that Carolyn was a traitor. Like, I've been following that narrative, which I would rather just not know.
No, all of that. I don't think that's true.
I hope that's not true. But I have not heard it. I have not really paid attention to their dynamic one-on-one kind of thing. Sitting across the table from each other at dinner last night. Okay.
I think they're going to be okay. So we're all going to get through this, guys. It's just TV. But yeah, I can't believe, I mean, let's be real. We're not going to get a cliffhanger for Ivar going out. That's for sure.
No.
And I don't know. I mean, I guess we could get a cliffhanger for the tiebreaker. We could.
Right. Yeah.
Especially since we got to go through a seer and all that. Maybe it's just time. An episode number.
Right. Yeah.
And they're just messing with us with that face.
I really think she voted for Danielle and she's really sick to her stomach about it. So I'm really interested to see who the seer is. I mean, what if Danielle's the seer, right? And then now she's gone. Do you think they would automatically bestow it on the next person? Like, they're not going to not pay off the seer because they've been like, if the seer wasn't going to play out, they could have edited it out of the season. But they've shown the book so many times that says the seer in the bookcase, and Alan brought it up. So I think it's going to play out. But
is it possible that it's all secret? Like you go into the room, you open the thing and it says you are the seer, you are not the seer. Is it
Right.
possible everyone goes in the room and sees they are not the seer
But
and
then they
don't
assume
know?
that someone is the seer and they're
Right.
like, it wasn't me. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's a possibility. If I'm Danielle or Britney and I'm still in the game and either one of us get the seer, I'm just pulling in that other person, right? If I'm Britney and I won this year,
Okay.
I'm like, okay, you guys, I'm the seer. I'm gonna ask Danielle. And so I go and I ask Danielle. She said she's a faithful. She admitted it to me, and I'm the seer. Boom, we're done. In a story. Same thing with Danielle. If I'm Danielle, and for some reason I'm still in the game and I'm the seer, I'm like, y'all, I know you're a faithful. I know you're a faithful. Britney is such a good friend. I want her to be a faithful, but I'm going to confirm. Okay, guys, I'm going to get Britney. I pull in Britney. She told me she's a faithful. We're good. We're good. That's the best way for the traitors to use it.
Okay. Okay.
Dolores
If they
gets
get
it.
it.
Yeah,
Is
if
what
they
you're
get
saying.
it.
Yeah.
If
Well,
Dolores is the seer, she's just going to bring in Ivar.
well, okay.
And
Here's how I would play it.
Yeah.
If Gabby's the seer, which I don't think she will be because she had no money.
Right.
But if Gabby was the seer and guessed Britney, and now is going to go into the game with this information, if I'm Britney, I'm going to say, no, I'm the seer, and I guessed Ivor, and he's faithful. So then you're just sort of saying, you're not making an accusation about like, I know Gabby's a traitor because I'm the seer, but you're saying like, I know Ivor's a faithful and I'm the seer. I'm not a traitor. Let's get Gabby. Like, I think that's the best way to use it. If someone like Gabby
You're
gets
saying lie?
lie and say
You don't think
also
Ivar is going to be like, she never pulled me in and asked me?
and see, yes. And that, thank you for bringing that up because I think that's what I wish that they didn't do like a live reveal like that because it doesn't give the traders an opportunity to sort of like manipulate that power in the game. Because I think if they just made a guess and then opened a letter that said like Ivor is a faithful and learned the information for themselves in secret, the traders could maybe have more fun with lying to people and making them question. Because now, like, why even make? I mean, I guess we don't really know how they're going to reveal the seer, if they're going to say in front of everybody, Gabby's the seer or what. But I just think there could be some fun to be had if they didn't pull people in.
Right. They're saying in the UK version, they did it all publicly, like who won seer and who they want to see. But boy, private would be so much more fun.
Yeah.
Or at least public who won the seer. I don't know. Yeah. But if we lose Danielle, like that kind of takes away a lot of the excitement / fear of the seer because I don't know, like Dolores or Britney winning it when Danielle's not there, it just doesn't seem like, okay, cool. I think they can play it off.
Yeah.
Dolores won't know she's playing it off, but she will be. She'll waste it just fine. And then Britney will play it off in some great way and it's fine.
Yep. I don't know how the seer is going to play it. I think it's going to be a little bit of like not that exciting for this particular season, but maybe it'll be good.
Ooh, you feel like it's going to be a tie again. Well, if it's a tie again, we don't know who's going to leave. And if I were a producer, I'd be taking Ivar out real quick.
Yeah.
Whatever their rock says, Ivar's got it. So
yeah.
that's just good TV. Because honestly, let's talk about it. If Danielle is gone, as much as we Big Brother people adore Britney, like this is not the end for this season, right? Like this is not the end that we want.
Britney winning?
Well, just Britney being the last traitor, whether she wins or not. Like,
yeah. I don't
If
think that
Brittany's
was.
the last traitor, I'm saying I don't care who wins, right?
Yeah. No, I want the faithfuls to win. I want Gabby to win.
I mean, honestly, I want Gabby to win.
Yeah. That's
She's
what
the
I
only
want.
one worth winning right now.
Yeah. It
And
really
maybe a
doesn't
little
like
Dylan, maybe.
any traitor who like fools everybody in the last 3 episodes. That doesn't feel like an earned win. Like I would
No.
want Gabby, who was a badass all season and sniffed out the traitors and got Danielle at the last minute and all of that. Like I want her to win, you know?
Yeah. Whether Danielle wins or not, I want her at the end trying to win because
Yeah.
we've watched her
That's
be
the
a
most
traitor
exciting
this whole.
thing.
Yeah. And I'm okay if she wins or not. If Gabby and / Dylan win, fine. They sniffed her out and she's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
But that's the battle we've had. Once
Right.
we remove Danielle, Britney, whoever
Yeah.
on either side, I'm like, take it or leave it, you know?
But
I thought it would be fun to have Tom and Dolores win, but that's gone.
I know. It'll also be fun to see like how far they take it in the finale because nobody's revealing their identity. And so it becomes a game of like not just we don't want the traitors to steal the pot, but how many faithfuls do we want to share the pot with?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. They took Sandra out last season just because they weren't quite sure.
I'd be like, oh, it's final 5. I think there are 4 traitors left.
Ah!
You know, like I'd be like, I mean, I guess you can really only get down to 2 faithfuls ever, but
no, Ivar and Dolores left? No.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But they're not even smart enough. You know, like what you're saying, that's like a great Gabby plan, right? She's like, look, Dylan, you and I haven't worked together at all. I don't know. So let's get the votes to get you out. She doesn't really have an ally to help her with that.
Or
but like
she could be like, Dolores, I don't know why you're voting for Ivar and not Danielle.
Yeah.
Like that is sus.
That's
hell.
sus.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. So like however she can get the votes to do that. But yeah, I'd keep whittling it down. Dolores and Ivar aren't smart enough to figure that out. They're gonna be like, we got Gabby out. Okay, good. I think we're all faithfuls here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and throw the smoke. And then we're like, what? Splitting it 5 ways, 4 ways, whatever it is.
Yeah. But don't you think, oh God, Gabby really has a tough road because don't you think Brittany's going to murder her if Danielle goes home and Brittany gets one more murder? Like, why would she murder anybody else? I feel like it would be either Dylan or Gabby. And probably Gabby.
Has Ivar ever questioned Brittany? But yeah, Dylan and Gabby are really the only 2 with like working brains at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean that with love. Because
Yeah.
Dolores is no dummy. I'm not saying she's,
she's just not built for this game.
She does not get this game. So, okay, Dolores is here. Although you can't tell her how to vote. So I almost think get her the heck out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dylan and Gabby are the 2 that like are actually trying to figure out the game. So they're dangerous.
Right.
We don't know if Brittany gets to murder, though. We don't know what's going to happen. Do we have a coin toss? Do we have a seer? Do we have a murder? Like, there's quite a few things here that we don't know. Thomas is saying there's no more murders now.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Ooh, I'd want one more murder.
I know. I want one more murder, but
yeah,
I kind of do remember that the around the fire at the end of last season was 5 people to start.
Well, how many? This is episode 10?
Yeah, this is 10. So it's 2 hours next week.
So that's it. Next week is the finale / reunion or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And I do think it's like finale and then reunion. I don't think it's like 2 full hours of Traitors gameplay because there's not that much to do left. You got to murder Danielle at the top of the episode or banish Danielle at the top of the episode. Do the seer. If there are no more murders, then they're just going to trot out to the fire and do this like last series of banishments, and then we're going to have our winners. That feels like an hour of television. So
right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Derek left an Easter egg. I'd be shocked if Danielle makes it. Yeah. Well, by that cliffhanger, I'd be shocked if Danielle makes it. So that tracks now. Also, how did Danielle make it this far?
Truly.
But I really feel bad that she got Britney and then this is it. But this is where we've been leading up to.
Danielle should be so grateful that she
Yes.
gets FaceTime in every week of the Traitors this season.
Yep. Yeah.
'Cause-
She made it really far.
Yeah.
And I think she showed her, game a little
Yeah.
bit. So the fact that she made it this far is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And she had to recruit her Britney. So it is what it is. But wow. Yeah. Quite the cliffhanger there.
It's really giving like Phaedra and Kate all over again from last season, where Phaedra had to recruit and then everybody sniffed her out, and it was this like lame duck traitor at the end of the season where everyone was like, Kate, yeah, you gotta go, and she's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Kate was like, I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, it's not quite that bad. Brittany at least understands a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, she might be a sitting duck after this.
I think so too. Yeah.
But there's a suspicion on Gabby. Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows? We'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for everyone who's joined us on a Friday. We appreciate you guys in the chat.
Yes. And if you're joining us later, leave a comment about how you think this cliffhanger is going to pay off. Is it going to be a tie, or is it going to be a quick banishment of Danielle?
Did Britney switch her vote?
Did she switch her vote? Let us know what you think is going to play out with the seer, and give us your winner predictions, because we're getting that next week.
That's right. Yep. Thank you guys. I don't know when we're streaming next, so be subscribed.
Hit the bell.
I don't know what day it is. So yes, please get the notifications. We shall be back at some point to talk about the end of the show.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.